Hello everybody, Sir Leon here and welcome back to another mathematics video. In this video we will be continuing our journey on measurement, and specifically we will be looking at finding the perimeter of shapes. And at the end of this video you should be able to calculate the perimeter of shapes, and you should be able to use the knowledge of perimeter to answer questions. First of all, what do we mean by perimeter? Now, the definition of perimeter says perimeter is total distance around a closed shape. Now, that simply means whatever shape you have is a total distance around the shape. And how do you find the total distance? By simply adding up all of the sides, the lengths of all of the sides on the shape. And that is how you find perimeter. So one key thing I want us to take away from this video, when it comes to perimeter of shapes other than probably the circle, you don't want to think of a formula. All you want to do is add up all of the sides around the shape, and that will give you the perimeter. So stay away from formulas as it relates to perimeter. So let's go to four shape. The four shapes is find the perimeter of the rectangle below. And you see we are given two sides. The length of the rectangle being 5 cm and the width being 3 cm. And we want to find the perimeter of this shape. So the thing about the rectangle, we know the rectangle in the rectangle, the opposite sides are equal in length. So if you want to find the perimeter of this shape, we must include the lengths of all of the sides. So since this is 5 cm, we know this opposite side will also be 5 cm because of the properties of a rectangle. And since this side is 3 cm, we know this side will also be 3 cm. And then to find the perimeter, it will simply be 5 cm plus 3 cm plus 5 cm plus 3 cm. Hence the perimeter of the shape would be 5 and 3 is 8, 5 and 3 is also 8, 8 and 8 will give us 16. So the perimeter will be 16 cm, and as simple as that. So the next shape, we want to calculate the perimeter of this shape, and we see this is a compound shape, meaning we have two of the normal shapes put together. So we have this side being 4 cm, this side being 9 cm, this side being 10 cm, this side being 5 cm, and we don't know the length of this side, nor do we know the length of this side. And remember, for perimeter, we must know the length of all of the sides of the shape. So in this case, we have to use some of the lengths that we are given to find for the lengths that we don't know. So if we want to find this piece, if from here to here, this entire thing is 9 cm, and we know up to here, from here to here is 5 cm. That means if we draw across a line up to here, it would also be 5 cm. We know when we add this 5 cm to this remaining piece, we must get 9 cm. So we know if we add 4 cm, we will get 9 cm. The length of this side here would be 4 cm. And we can use the same reasoning to find for the length of this side here. We know this entire thing is 10 cm, and we know this piece is 4 cm, so we know if we draw down a line here, we know up to here would be 4 cm. So we know 4 cm plus a certain amount will give us 10 cm. So you see if we add 6 cm, we will get 10 cm. So that means this piece here would be 6 cm. So since we have all of the sides, now we can find the perimeter of this shape. So we can say the perimeter will be equal to 4 cm. So one key thing to do when you're finding the perimeter, you want to add in order. You want to add in order. You don't want to add this one here, then you go and add this one, then you go and add this one, and then you forget one. So you add in order. So 4 cm plus 9 cm plus 10 cm plus 5 cm plus 6 cm plus 4 cm. So hence when we add up all of these sides, we will get a perimeter of, so we can say 4 cm plus 9 cm plus 10 cm plus 5 cm plus 6 cm plus 4 cm would give us a value of 38 cm. So the perimeter of this shape would be 38 cm. So let's move on to this shape. So this one says, calculate the perimeter of this shape. And in this case, we see some sides are missing as well. Well, actually, we see one side is missing, which would be this side here. So of course, we use the lengths that we are given to help to find for that side. So in this case, we know from here to here would be 12. And from here to here is 3. So that means from, if we draw across the line, here to here would be 3 meters. And we know this piece will also be 3 meters. So 3 meters and 3 meters would give us 6. So we know this remaining piece in the middle here should be 6 meters. So that means this piece here would be 6 meters. So let's erase that. So let's see if we have all of the sides. Let's use our tracer wrong. So we know this length of this side, we know the length of this side, we know the length of this side also, this side, this side, this side, and also we know the length of this side. So we know the length of all of the sides in this shape. So now we can find the perimeter. And that's one thing you want to do. Draw around the shape to make sure all of the sides are covered and you know the lengths of all of them. So the perimeter here would be 12 meters plus, so we go around, 3 meters plus 7 meters plus 6 meters plus 10 meters plus 3 meters plus 15 meters plus 12 meters. So hence the perimeter will be 12 plus 3 plus 7 plus 6 plus 10 plus 3 plus 15 plus 12 would give us a value of 68 meters. So the value of the perimeter, or the perimeter for this shape, would be 68 meters. Now let's look at this last shape. So we're asked to calculate the perimeter of this shape. So once again, we see some sides are missing, but in this case, we have to add some sides to get the missing sides. In the previous one, we had to do some subtraction. So let's see what we do when we have to add the sides. So we don't know the length of this side. So let's see what we can do. So we know from here to here is 2. That means here would also be 2 cm. And we know from here to here would be 5. So that means from here to here will also be 5 cm. So 5 cm plus 2 cm would give us 7 cm. So we can say the top here would be 7 cm. And let's do something similar here. So we know we don't know the length of this side. So we know from here to here would be 4. That means from there to there would be 4 cm. And from here to here would be 1. That means from here to here will also be 1 cm. That means 4 and 1 would give us 5 cm. So we know this would be 5 cm. So we know all of those sides. So now we can add up all of the sides to get the perimeter. So let's see if we have all the sides. So we know this side, 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 and we know this side. So we have all of the sides. So we can say the perimeter of this shape is equal to 7 cm plus 1 cm plus 5 cm plus 4 cm plus, so 1 cm plus 5 cm plus 4 cm plus 2 cm. So that's why it's important to circle or trace off as you go around. And then the last one would be plus 5 cm. So hence the perimeter will be equal to 7 and 1 will give you 8. 8 and 5 would give you 13. 13 and 4 would give you 17. 17 and 2 would give you 19. 19 and 5 would give us 24 cm. So the perimeter for this shape would be 24 cm. So with that, this has brought me to the end of this perimeter video. I trust that you now understand the concept of perimeter, and that concept is perimeter is the total distance around a shape, and to find the perimeter of any shape, all you need to do is add all of the sides of the shape. So of course I must leave one with you to practice on your own, so you can take a picture of this and calculate the perimeter of this shape. So remember, you need all of the sides in this shape, not just the sides that are highlighted, but all of the sides. So with that, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.